This is the new TC Pride Podcast, Episode 7, Part 2 of on-location coverage of the Twin Cities Gay Men's Chorus. TC Pride Podcast live on location, beautiful U of M campus in downtown Minneapolis with the Twin Cities Gay Men's Chorus, and I am here with
Christopher Tykalo, Marketing and Development Manager for the Twin Cities Gay Men's Chorus. Well, this is my full-time job, and I've actually been with the chorus for about 8.5 years. In terms of other background in the community, I actually did serve on the board of directors for Twin Cities Pride for a few years and served as their PR person.
Lori Fail. Well, for one, they're incredible musicians. It's a wonderful chorus, and we should support all choruses, but especially the Twin City Gay Men's Chorus needs all the support they can get to know that they are loved and supported by all in the community. First Pride story, I'm a pastor, and so our church is always has a booth at the Pride at the park, and then we've been in the parade for the past several years, and our associate pastor always arranges that, and it was a blessing to come to a church that participates in that way. So First Pride is here in Minneapolis.
Dan Adolphson. Well, my husband sings in the chorus, and so it has been 13 years that I've been coming to the concerts. And it's really important that we show our support to the chorus and to all these different events, because we live in a place where it's easier to be out and to participate, and there are places where it's just not that easy. And so that's why it's so important. My first Pride was actually in Seattle. I am from the state of Washington, and so my first Pride was marching in the Seattle Pride Parade with a contingent from Western Washington University in 1986, so 30 years ago next weekend.
Marvin Innes. I've been coming to them for the last 5 years, and I think it's great to come together as a community, given in light of what happened last Sunday morning in Orlando. When we have these types of events, it kind of makes you feel proud to be part of a community. So that's why I'm here. Plus, it's a great social outing. I was here in Minneapolis in, 1985, I think it was, which, of course, was right at the height of the AIDS epidemic. I got this hat at the United States Conference on AIDS in Washington, D.C. last September from the Human Rights Campaign. I actually have the matching T-shirt at home. It is a nice camel hat with love conquers hate, and hate is spelled upside down. Then I have the Pride, Twin City Pride button, the rainbow flag, and the red ribbon signifying the HIV and AIDS awareness.
Allison Schumacher. This is my first time at the Twin Cities Gay Men's Chorus because I just moved here from Seattle, Washington. I used to sing with the Women's Chorus in Seattle, which is another LGBTQ chorus. I very much miss singing with them. It's a very good time to be here. It feels very, it's what I needed this week after Orlando. So happy to be here. Well, I'm straight, so I'm an ally. And a first Pride story. I had a friend in high school who worked with AIDS patients in Georgia, which wasn't a very popular place to be gay or work with AIDS patients. And he sent me a rainbow sticker for my car. And I remember getting the rainbow sticker and thinking, this is pretty. What should I do with this? And so then he wrote me the significance of the rainbow and the diversity that it represented. But I just remember first seeing it and thinking, I don't know what that means.
Matt, I've been in the chorus for 10 years now. My roommate recruited me because he had been singing with the chorus for a year before I did. My roommate and I have lived together for like over 20 years. People think we're married, but no, we're not. He snores. Well, let's see. It was right after the earth cooled, I think. No, my first Pride would have been in 1989, but I remember an event from my childhood that happened at Gay Pride in 1973 that is really kind of weighing heavily on my mind, considering what happened in Orlando, the upstairs lounge fire in New Orleans.
Nancy Overland. I have to tell you that I'm actually from Wausau, Wisconsin, and I come over here a couple of times a year with my sister-in-law and her friend, and we come to the different, musical productions, and they are just amazing, and to see the joy and that they give to the audience and to you can see it within themselves too. It's just wonderful.
Peter Hagen. I was in the choir for a little over 3 years, and I'm now coming to all the concerts, and I think it's important to support the community because I think that together, when we're united, good things will happen, whether you're straight, bi, whatever. The first Pride I was with my dad and my sister, and it was much more flamboyant than is now.
Patty Matthews.
Oh gosh, I've been coming off and on probably for about 10 years. Have friends that are in the chorus, and I just think it's important. I love music, and I love the fact that there is such a great group of men doing these amazing pieces, and I'm really excited to see this new one tonight. I just think it's really important to support all of the communities in town, but this one is near and dear to my heart. I don't know. I mean, I used to live on LaSalle and 18th, and so I was able to watch the parade from my apartment, which was, I always thought it would be very cool to be able to watch the New York, the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade from, up above, and it was like, this is my own little watching a parade from up above. So I guess that would be one of them.
Ryan Craning. I've been a chorus attendee for probably 10 years or so. What they bring to our community is just fantastic. The love and the passion and commitment to music, their particular kind of music, is really fabulous, to be cliche. But it adds some life to the community that just isn't met with other ensembles, as fabulous as they all are. They're one of a kind.
Stephanie Gaw. I'm the operations manager. I'm essentially in charge of front of house, which includes selling CDs. Tonight we are featuring the newly released Two Boys Kissing, and it's absolutely wonderful CD. The music is just stunning. I can't even think of words to describe it, but it's just amazing. And it is available on our website.
Hello, my name is Ty Gale. I am the non-binary hat enthusiast from Gender Revolution 8, a trans youth leadership program written by and for trans youth to learn activism skills from each other. We actually got our tickets subsidized by some organization, I believe it was the Chorus, as part of the program Gender Jam, which is a program for trans teens run out of the exchange by the Minnesota Transgender Health Coalition. So we're super excited to be here, and we're super thankful for whoever donated these tickets to us, because it's all about experiencing art, experiencing queer art. And that's what it's all about for us. We love art.
Timothy Dupre. I'm the principal accompanist for the chorus, and I'm celebrating my 25th year. So, yep, started a long time ago. My first Pride. Well, it was earlier than that. I moved to the cities in 1981, and I think I had some friends that took me to it. I had never been to one before, and pretty liberating. Got me involved, introduced to the Gay Men's Chorus at that time. I wasn't playing for them, and a few years later I was able to do that.
Terry. Yes, it was 1981 when I first started singing with the chorus. I had just recently come out and was looking for a more positive way to meet people and get involved with an gay organization. And plus, I really enjoy singing in choirs and have a music background, so it kind of fulfilled both needs at once. It was wonderful. I probably marching with the choir was the very first time, and it was neat because it was one of the first times that I felt I could be proud being gay. Back in the 80s, it was hard to feel that, especially in a public setting. I was I am a retired educator, so I really had to be careful about where I put myself out in public. But for the Pride, I felt like that was a guy who was willing to make the risk, and it was worth it. Felt really good.
Glenn Olson. Well, I'm the longest continuous member. I've been around 34 years. I know, don't laugh. I don't look that old, do I? I got involved when I came out. I came out of a straight marriage in 1978 and joined in 1982, and have been a member ever since. Oh, wow. We used to march down Hennepin Avenue from Lake Calhoun to the park, and it was very small. I had friends that would stand by the sidelines because they were too afraid to walk. But marching with the chorus has always been a thing that I've done since the beginning, so it's been very fun.
I'm Eric Crail. This is the end of my 4th season. I got started in the fall of 2012, and I had a good friend who joined in January of that year. I had been coming to several of their concerts and thinking it looked like something I kind of had an interest in, but didn't know I would be good enough to even audition and make it. And my good friend David talked me into it. I came and auditioned, I got in, and now they're stuck with me. So. A first Pride story, oh my. Well, I moved down here from North Dakota in 2000. My first Pride was in 2001. And I remember it rained, and I was really glad for that because I had the big hat pulled way down and the umbrella, and I was scared to death that someone would recognize me. I still worked for a North Dakota company, and I was involved in food service. I was a food service sales rep, and I was scared to death I was going to run into somebody who might just happen to mention to someone back at the home office that, oh, they ran into Eric at Pride. Because in North Dakota back then, as today, you can still be fired just for being gay. And so it was very much a closeted experience for me. I ended up leaving that company a couple of years later, and I've been out and marching in the Pride parades and working booths for Stonewall DFL and other groups ever since. So.
Anne? Well, I've been coming for a number of years, and I have 2 gay siblings, and my brother's husband sings in the choir, so I want to be supportive of them and just be supportive of the community, and especially in light of everything that's been going on lately in the news. I think it's just very important to just show a lot of solidarity. Oh, it was wonderful. It was really wonderful. It was very compelling. It was very moving. It always is, though. I always leave here feeling wonderful after a concert like this. It was wonderful.
Glenn. Well, I've only been with the chorus for about a year and a half now, but I was in choir growing up in high school and college and kind of wanted to continue that after school, so I found them through a friend. A first Pride story? Actually, my very first Pride was in Germany. I met one of my friends there, and we actually walked in the parade. It's like drinking in public in Germany, but walking down with everybody in like weird outfits. It was amazing. My very first Pride is didn't understand anything they were saying, but definitely had the best time ever.
Haruka Yukioka. Well, I've never seen the Twin Cities Gay Men's Chorus. This is my first time staying in Minneapolis. I'm a student at the U of M, and I'm going to start in September of 2016. I think supporting events like these is so important, especially in the wake of a tragedy like this, for communities to find each other and then to begin to collaborate each other in such a form of art as powerful as music. That's so incredible. It shows healing, it shows resilience, and most of all, it shows the rest of the world that we're not going away.
Joshua Shank. I am the composer of Two Boys Kissing. It's a collaborative process between myself and the choir and David Levithan, the author of the wonderful source material that it's based on. And to see it come to this stage where it's almost done, and to have it recorded already, and to have David hear it, and to have this wonderful audience hear it. I don't know, there's really no words for it. I guess I would just say gratitude is what I feel. My first Pride, I don't think I was out, as a matter of fact. I do remember that Senator Amy Klobuchar was the Grand Marshal, and I was like, that's my senator. And I was with a friend, and it was the Twin Cities Gay Pride Parade, and I live in Austin, Texas now, and it's a little bit different down there. They marched from the Capitol in Austin, Texas, down Congress, and then straight into the gay district, and it is one of the most amazing things you've ever seen. I tend to yell and scream positive things at the church groups and the police officers that roll by, My husband and I, we post up around this little pub called the Speakeasy, right there on Congress, down the street from the Capitol, where the governor works sort of against us. So it's neat to see all the pride and then look to the left, this massive Texas Capitol, and be reminded that there's work to be done.
TC Pride Podcast, live on location with the Twin Cities Gay Men's Chorus, and I'm here with
Jeff Heine, Executive Director. Well, I've been Executive Director now, it's been 7 years. Tonight was my 8th Pride concert where I've had a chance to work with the guys. I had been on the board of directors for about a year and a half prior to that, and prior to that, I was what you would call a chorus widow. I was dating someone in the chorus at the time, so a long history with the organization. We're always looking for volunteers. So people who would like to maybe come into the office, help out with various projects. We do a lot of mailings. We do a lot of special projects. Things like we just released a brand new CD tonight. So there's getting the CD here and helping with the store, and sending out flyers, brochures. Helping us out to sell merchandise and concerts. Actually, that's one of the first things that I ever did with the chorus, is I volunteered to work at their chorus store in the lobby, selling CDs and other merchandise. My first Pride would have been back in 1990, summer of 1990, and was there with the person that I was dating at the time, and he insisted that he was going to take me to my very first Pride, and I just remember being just amazed by the people, and just what a welcoming, fun experience it was. So I think not a real major story, but it was just very, very personally memorable.
Thank you very much for welcoming the TC Pride Podcast tonight to your event.
Thank you.
The TC Pride Podcast has been a production of Podletter Media and Twin Cities Pride. Subscribe now on iTunes or Google Play and submit your first Pride story at myfirstpride.org.